Sudan's Paparazzi Jewelry, 24/7 shopping available. 160920 is the code. Show her some love, like she showed us. K&A Custom Crafts on Facebook.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the Coast to Coast Entertainment Network. I am Ace, and of course, you're joined tonight by none other than my co-host. That's right, the one, the only, the Asian Skip Bayless, Mr. Isiah Leong, and you're watching another episode of Kicking It with Isiah and Ace. So, Isiah, how's it going tonight, my man?
It's going pretty good. As you guys all know, and if you have been following me on Facebook, today I started my new. Well, not officially started it yet because I wasn't really working. I was filling out a whole bunch of paperwork and getting my background check and all that stuff. But man, I met a great boss today. My new boss is actually a Packers and the Steelers fan. We chopped it up regarding the Packers and the Steelers, and it was great. It was a great conversation. It was a great, we even talked about potentially trading Mason Rudolph for Aaron Rodgers in a trade that I think Ace will be extremely ticked off if that ever happened. But yeah, that was really good. Glad to meet him today and meet all my future coworkers. But Ace, if you look at my screen right now, I just realized one thing. I'm wearing this like holiday beanie thingy, and if you look at my screen, it looks like I'm wearing a bitter melon on my head. I mean, look at this, man. It's crazy. It's like I'm wearing some green melon on a watermelon on my head. It's like I look so bad with this. I'm not wearing this anymore. But great to be on tonight's show. It's been a long time since we done a Kicking It with Isiah and Ace, and let's get this show rolling.
Shall we? Absolutely. Let's get this thing going. Let's get it rocking and rolling. We always know, but before we go ahead and, get our first topic in there, let's not forget we have a special guest tonight. He's back, and we have actually a very special guest next week because we're actually going to go at a later time next week because we have a very, very special guest. But anyways, tonight our special guest is going to be none other than, that's right, he's back, Mr. John Alcorn. So go ahead and introduce. There he is. How's it going tonight, my man?
What's up, man? We're good. Just saw something happen in the NBA that I never thought was possible, and I just met somebody potentially through Isiah that I thought Isiah's takes were Isiah's takes, and then we heard about his boss. So thankfully, his background check is not based on his sports takes because that would be, we'll just say, very interesting results.
Definitely. With that, though, I was going to say, remember, Isiah, I told you that your boss really can't be a true fan because he can't come on, in the middle of when a Super Bowl's going, and your boss can't say, oh, well, I'm a fan of whatever team wins. You can't. That's not really a true fan. But anyways.
I did learn something from Isiah. Morgan Freeman is a coach in the college football. And guys, don't say the word gum tonight. Isiah would literally crap his pants.
Gum. Yeah, don't say gum. Isiah is one of the first people that I've met that's actually never chewed gum in his life.
What? You're 23. You've never chewed gum?
No. He told me he's never chewed gum in his life before.
How?
Never a single piece. Never a single piece.
Is that possible?
That's what I've wanted to know. But no, he's never chewed gum in his life.
I have nothing to say. That's a no.
Yeah. Well, anyways, John, how this was brought up is because Isiah and I have agreed that we're going to do the Mentos gum challenge. Well, I brought it to his attention. I said, "Hey, let's try this Mentos gum challenge." So Isaiah's like, "Well, what's that?" So I was explaining to him, and I'm like, basically, what the Mentos gum challenge is you take that Mentos gum and you see who can chew the most Mentos gum. But while you're chewing it, you also have to take a drink of water and to see who can handle, the heat the longest. Well, then when I was talking about that, Isaiah's like, well, you would probably win because I've never chewed a piece of gum in my life. And I'm like, what?
Like, I just don't understand. If you've never seen SpongeBob, fine, even though that's that's forgettable. but not chewing gum. Like I don't I don't get that. Like I've never met somebody, even a 3-year-old I know who's chewing gum, even a 1-year-old who's chewing gum.
Well, I mean, I was going to try it my seventh grade, when I was in 7th grade, right? I was going to try it, and then one day I take the piece of gum out and I was going to do it. I was eating lunch at the same time, and all of a sudden I looked down, or not look down, but look across from my table. You could see there was a lot of gum from under the table that kids had chewed out, spit out, and stuck under the table. And from that point on, I was already really nervous about trying to chew gum, because you guys know my fat parents are like doctors. So there was stories floating around that, there was some patients that chewed it and then they swallowed it, and then they had to go to the emergency room.
You don't swallow the gum. That's the problem.
Did you just say that your parents were fat doctors?
No,
you just said that. You said fat
you
doctors.
You just said your parents were fat doctors. That's what you just said.
I said they were
I thought I was the only one that heard that, Ace.
No, that's what he said. I heard him loud and clear.
Isiah,
He said my parents were fat
what is
doctors.
a fat doctor? Because that's very contradicting to what you said right after that.
What does that even mean?
Well,
Dude, explain that, please. What's a fat doctor?
What does that even mean?
I'm sorry, I misspoke.
Misspoke. I've
My
never
God.
heard it. Alexa, what is a fat doctor? You know
That's
Let
what we're
me
trying to
ask you.
Right now.
what is a fat doctor?
I don't even think it'll tell you what a
Alexa,
fat doctor is.
Shut up. Sorry, she was in the other room, so I couldn't hear her.
No, I don't even understand. But I'm glad I'm not the only one who heard that, John.
Like, I thought it was going crazy because it's been a long
day, man.
This
And
is
even-
going in the chat now.
And even Nate is saying, I thought I was the only one who heard that. And I'm like, no. So you have 3 people who heard you say my
It wasn't
parents are
even
fat
5
doctors.
minutes into the show, and
And I was like, what the? And
Christy heard it
Christy's
too.
saying that she heard it too. So, welcome in Christy Wilson. Welcome in Dave Esparza. Welcome in Brandon. Welcome in Nate. Welcome in Tim. So, yeah. So anyways, it's all funny. Like, they're talking about the ABC gum, and then Isaiah's talking about fat doctors, whatever the heck that's supposed to mean. I don't even understand. Like,
that doesn't, even for Isiah, that still doesn't make any sense.
no, it makes no sense whatsoever. I'm not even sure. I don't even know what you were trying to say.
Well, no, what I was trying to say was my parents are doctors, so there is stories out there that they've told us.
Yeah, but
that-
how can you go from my parents are doctors to my parents are fat doctors? I just don't get it. I don't get it, man.
I don't know, man. It's been a long day. That's what
Yeah, but I don't see. Oh, by the way, I worked with this really fat teacher or something. This doesn't come up. It doesn't work.
It just comes off really weird. But I know before we get to the Thursday night game, I know there's been one topic that Isaiah's been looking forward to. And you know it is, because Isiah is the one guy that every time he shows pictures on his Facebook or puts it in the chat.
Oh,
The
no.
one-
Don't you dare.
No, he always shows food. Everything is check out what I got at McDonald's. Check out what I got here. Check out what So Isaiah's everything about fast food, especially if it's McDonald's. That's like one thing he truly loves. So I don't know. So Brandon is asking you though, would you put gum on your baked potato? Why not? You put everything else in your baked potato.
Dude,
Hell
you're
no.
the,
No
dude,
way.
you're the same person that said Fruit
No
Loops
way.
on baked potatoes.
No way.
So
No
I
way.
don't know.
I'm disgusted by gum. I just can't. Gum is my kryptonite. I just can't.
So
I
what
just
about the
can't do
gum
it.
that?
I
What
just
about the gum that tastes like
can't do it.
cake or ice cream?
What was it?
There's gum that tastes like cake or ice cream.
Okay, I thought you said something else, and I was like, wait, what?
Yeah.
So all the fans out there, Christmas is coming up. Please do not mail me boxes of gum. Please,
Dude,
do not
you
do
know
that.
the funny part is, Ace, I didn't even think about doing that till just now when Isaiah mentioned
Yeah, until he said it. He said it. That means he wants boxes of gum. That means he
I'll
wants
just
it.
text Count what your address is, and then I'll send you. And the name, you won't know what the name is. You don't know where I live, so it could be somebody random. You just never know.
Oh, the random,
That's
right?
the
Random.
PS from the Fat Doctors.
From the Fat Doctors. The Fat Doctors. So, Mess Around Dave is saying the McRib is back and so good.
Dude, that thing, what? McRib, people. Dave, I'm sorry.
McRib,
We had high
yes,
hopes.
McRib is
I had high
back.
hopes for you, man, but I don't know. I mean,
Uh-huh.
I'll take that over Fruit Loops on a baked potato. So
What? A McRib?
yeah, okay.
Well,
I mean,
McRib is so much better.
sometimes the McRib is like way too dry. Like there's some McDonald's that gives it to you and it's great. It's amazing, right? They put extra sauce on it and it's just so perfect. But there's some McDonald's, like the one that I have 5 minutes from my house, that you eat it and you would rather take a bite of wood than eat that crap that is, because it's so dry. Like,
What?
it's literally so dry that you can't
boom!
Oh, there you
What's
go.
up,
What's
man?
up?
Trey! Trey's in the house!
What's up? Oh,
It's been a
did you know
long
that?
time since Trey came
What's
on
up?
the show.
Hey guys, birds up, baby. UTSA tomorrow.
Oh, you got to be super happy about that, man.
Oh, I'm excited. Me and the wife are going. I know you're talking about McRib and all that. McRib is like a microwavable thing you get at Walmart that you can just hit in the microwave.
I
It's
never had one. I'm
disgusting.
not interested either.
It's disgusting, right? Yeah. It's
Hey,
it's
did you know that Isaiah's parents did something really interesting? Apparently, his parents are fat doctors. That's what Isaiah said on there.
Yeah.
Isaiah said his parents are fat doctors on there.
What?
It's
What?
Isaiah, so don't.
I
Asian
was
Skip,
probably
what is
thinking
going on
about-
with you?
Come on, Isaiah, explain yourself. What's a fat doctor?
I was saying something, and then I had read something on the internet, and
So you read something that saw something that you knew something that a friend of a friend saw some. Okay, that's cool.
yeah, let's keep
That's
it at let's keep
legitimate,
it at
okay.
that.
Oh yeah. Well, okay, the guy who says he was trying to say that his parents were doctors, but Isaiah's like my parents are fat doctors. We're like, I don't even know what the heck that means, man. Like fat doctors.
It's okay. He's the same guy that said he would put Fruit Loops on a baked potato. So
Yeah. You probably missed that, Trey. He said he would put Fruit Loops on a baked potato. You're on mute. You're on mute.
You know what, Isaiah?
You're on mute again.
This
There you
microphone
go.
sucks. Okay, I'm sorry. Isaiah, I missed you, dude. I don't know what's going on, dude. I mean, since I left the network, you have been like all over the place. I don't know what's going on with you. Like, are you having some like Asian food that I need to try out here? Because I mean, I don't know. I see you with different shirts on. I see you with different teams on. Pick a team, dude. And now you're talking about this, dude. I don't know.
Hey, I mean, this is why you need to come back to the network, because all the chaos is going around. I mean, we have literally gone off the rail in terms of coast to coast.
No, it's Isaiah who's gone off the rail here.
Hey,
Isaiah,
Yeah,
this is
exactly.
not a marriage. When you do something, it's just you. So no.
he has gone off the deep end, dude. Like he has gone completely crazy. You should see some of the
He
things
said
he
Morgan Freeman was the new coach in for Notre Dame the other day.
Yeah, he did.
What, dude? Whatever.
Hey, I got mixed up. Marcus Freeman, Morgan Freeman.
Morgan Freeman, the guy that helped mentor Batman. The guy that helped Batman. I gotta see that's not his name in the movie, but still, the guy that helped mentor Batman.
Oh.
Seriously?
Yeah.
The guy
And
that
here's-
is like, oh my god.
Well, don't forget though, we were talking about Adam Banks off the Mighty Ducks, and Isaiah's like, wait, is that the little ducks that are like that are around like DuckTales and all that? We're like,
Is this why Ace messaged me and said, Trey, I need you back? Because Isaiah's just dropping the ball like considerably horribly right now.
Yeah, Isaiah thought
that's what it was.
What
That's
about
what it
when I
was.
was on a couple
Well,
weeks ago?
I'm
with Brandon?
surprised that it took him that long to call you, because I thought with all my takes that I've been dropping on him, like, oh, the Lakers are going to win 70 games, or I don't know what else I've said to you, Ace, but like I've said a
Oh,
lot.
he
of
said
stuff.
James Franklin was the
I thought he was gonna come
host, or was
calling
like
like
the president or something.
earlier.
Well, no.
Apparently Randall Cunningham was a 2-time Super Bowl winning coach. According
Yes,
to
correct.
What the hell are y'all talking about?
We were
Dude,
just talking about Isaiah.
You need to come in and restore order, Trey. Come on.
dude, I had 6 tall boys and I still make more sense than you do right now. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, I don't even remember what the heck we were talking about, but Isaiah's like, yeah, it's James Franklin, and we're like,
Oh,
what? We're like, James Franklin? What the? We're like, what are you talking about?
He said that their first Thanksgiving lasted, how was it, 1,700 years, Isaiah?
Yeah,
Was that?
it was 1,700 years. Yeah, let's not forget his Vancouver Blues too. His
I
Vancouver
don't
Blues.
even think Trey even wants to come back to the network
Thanks,
after
Isaiah.
hearing all of this.
Now if you're gonna keep talking nonsense, like man, I might come back just to kick you off, Skip Bayless. You're making no sense.
He'll
Dude,
come back. He'll come back to do a show with me. Okay, he'll come back to do a show with me.
I will say this: my time is getting lighter. Like I'm getting a lot less in the schedule making right now, so we'll see.
Oh, look at that! Look at that.
It's starting to slow down a little bit.
Well, you
He
came
made
in
that.
just in time for our first topic because it's not about food or movies or whatever. It's about sports. So
Okay, well, I was wondering if this is a sports show or a McRib show, or
Well, actually, Trey, what this show actually is this show is actually called it's Kicking It with Isaiah and Ace, and so we always start out with the Thursday night game every week, but then so we always start out with the Thursday night game, and then we have a bunch of random topics that we talk about because just basically just a Kicking It show and just random. But but anyway, but
well, what's the first topic for the night besides McRib?
the Thursday night game, brother.
Well, let's talk about it.
Exactly. So Trey, you're the Dallas fan here. So
I am, baby.
So you go ahead and you kick this bad boy off. You tell me, what'd you think of the Thursday night game?
All things considered, I'm happy with the win. Half the coaching staff was out with COVID. Mark McCarthy was in a hotel room watching the game. No offensive line coach. The offense, I figure it's a tough place to play if you're the Dallas Cowboys because they lost 5 of the last 6 games against New Orleans Saints. Sean Payton's had the Dallas Cowboys number. So just getting a win and getting back on the winning streak helps the Dallas Cowboys. But sometimes you got to win ugly, right? And that's exactly what the Dallas Cowboys did. Amari Cooper was not still 100%. He's still effective with COVID. CeeDee Lamb came back from the concussion. You finally had DeMarcus Lawrence come back on the defensive end. Michael Parsons, as you saw, was a stud. I just believe that the offense is going to click. The running game is non-existent tonight. That need for Ezekiel Elliott, you can show it was just banged up. So there's many buys actually going to help the Dallas Cowboys in the running attack tonight. The only thing I'm concerned about is the run defense. Taysom Hill ran all over the Dallas Cowboys tonight. He had over 100 yards rushing as a quarterback. But the Dallas Cowboys defense stepped up. They got 4 interceptions when they needed it. They stepped up when they needed to stop. Overall, a win is a win in the NFL, right? Because this year in the NFL is kind of like a weird thing. Like there's no dominant team this year. It's a wide open league. So getting a win, getting to 8-4, it puts the pressure on the Washington football team right now because they have to beat the Oakland Raiders next week or the Sunday to keep pace with the Dallas Cowboys, and then they have the one-on-one face-off. Actually the next 2 out of 3 games are Washington and Dallas. So Dallas can wrap up this division within the next 3 weeks, which is a good sign. This mini bye comes at a good time. Dallas just had to get a win. I think they're going to feel good about themselves. They're going to get the coaching staff back. I just believe that all the coaching, the offensive lineman coach, and the head coach, Mike McCarthy, them coming back. Remember, they only had 1 practice this week. Everything else was virtual. So with all those injured players and everyone coming back, you only had 1 practice. So really weren't even on the practice field. So it was a good win going to the New Orleans. So see if they can build on this momentum. But the Saints played hard. That defense is tough. I know the Saints were injured and everything, but Sean Payton's a hell of a good coach. He's had the Dallas Cowboys number. But all in all, it's a great win for the Dallas Cowboys. They got to win. It doesn't matter in the NFL because in 2 or 3 weeks, we're not going to remember how they won the game as long as they won the game, right? So I just believe that Dallas is getting back on the winning track, and I think they're going to get healthy at the right time. They got the COVID situation out of the way, and now they're going to make a deep playoff run.
So number one, Trey, people are welcoming you back. Like a lot of people are saying, Trey in the house. It's a Trey sighting. So people are excited to see you back again and talking about some sports with us, man. It's a Trey sighting.
I'm happy to I would keep waiting for an invitation. Like when I left, I was like, man, just invite me anytime. Thursday nights are pretty much free, but I left. I'm just be straight up honest with you. The reason I left, I need to spend more time with my family, my 3-year-old daughter and stuff. My busy week. I have a show Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturdays. So I was like, and then Sunday I go to church and do all that fun thing. So I was like, man, I just need a night just to relax and recuperate my mind. But everything's starting to slow down a little bit now. So maybe you'll see a lot more of me. I don't know. I feel like the ratings went down whenever I was on, but whatever.
Oh, the ratings did not go down.
Okay, Mr. Tony Stark ego here. No, I'm just kidding.
Listen, John Alcorn, you have all these famous guests and everything, and you don't invite me on your show. What's up with that?
First of all, anybody that I know, you can just text me and come on. Now, there is one coming next year that I'll tell y'all after.
What is up with this next year crap, man? You got to go like next week, dude. Come on.
No, because some of them, when you ask them, they're like, oh, let's reconvene in March. Because there was one I tried to for a year. I tried to get one, a certain PR agent for a year, and it did not work. Because what some of them will do is they'll basically say, and this is for people that want to ask people for guests. They'll say, hey, this person's not available for this month. We'll reconvene next month. And then they'll basically just send that same message again and again.
Well, I'll tell you what, whenever you get a good guest, hit me up. I don't care. I'll do whatever I have to get on that show, man.
So
yeah, no, I'll tell y'all afterwards. But yeah, no, anybody that y'all know, if y'all know me, just text me. You're welcome anytime. Plus, we got that Christmas special coming up in a couple weeks.
So, John, hold on here because Trey's favorite guy is leaving comments.
Is he back?
Justin's back. Justin's back. He's back.
Your man. Your man.
Your man is back.
You know what? You can't ruin my bad mood right now. My good mood right now, man. What does he have to say? I can't see any comments here.
So he's saying like Dak is okay. And then he's saying that.
Okay, let me make this clear. And I hate defending because I hate Cowboy fans. Not all. Okay, so don't get defensive, Trey. I said not all. Some of them are better than others. To say Dak is okay is like saying that Ryan Tannehill was a bust in the NFL. Dak is a very talented quarterback. You could say weapons or not. Now, I'm not saying he's top 5 or top 10, but say he's okay. Sam Darnold is okay. Teddy Bridgewater is okay. The Jets quarterback is okay.
The Jets quarterback is okay. I don't even know.
Okay to be nice because we don't have a whole time for that.
Well,
these guys are okay, but say he's okay is kind of like.
Well, can I rebuttal that real quick because Dak Prescott is a top 10 quarterback in the fantasy points this year. That's with missing one game and without his top 2 wide receivers in the last 2 games as well, or actually 2 games and a half, right? Because CeeDee Lamb left in the first half of the couple of weeks ago with a concussion, so they didn't get to play Thursday night. He didn't have any of his number 1 wide receivers, but he's still number 10. He's more than mediocre. Is he one of the best, like top 5? Maybe not. But is he a great the quarterback the Dallas Cowboys need? Yes, I think for what Cowboys have. Is he better than Baker Mayfield? Hell yes.
Heck yeah.
Hell yes. Is he better than Zach Wilson? Yes. Is he better than Sam Darnold? Yes. Is he better than? I even think he's better than Lamar Jackson, overall quarterback wise. Lamar Jackson, all he can do is if you watch that game Sunday night against the Browns, Lamar Jackson threw 4 interceptions. The only reason they won that game is because they're playing Baker Mayfield, and Baker Mayfield's a backup quarterback in this league. If I'm the Browns, I'm looking for a different quarterback in the free agency class. Look at Russell Wilson or someone else because Baker Mayfield, he can't win you games. He can only win whenever they're leading, right? He's proven he can't be a franchise quarterback, and it was a bust. The Browns need to move on from him. But other than that, I think he's honestly, I think Dak Prescott's probably top 6 quarterback in the league.
I mean, you're not. I mean, look at it. Big Ben is little.
Big Ben's old.
Trevor Lawrence is a rookie.
Right.
Jets, yeah. Ryan Tannehill, we could maybe make conversation with that.
Well,
who knows who the quarterback is in Carolina?
Well, Ryan Tannehill, we're fixing to see what he's all about without Derek, because I think like the Derrick Henry
Henry injury effect is actually killing the Tennessee. I think they're finally coming back to life after that thing. Henry, I think they rode high, like the backs against the wall. The whole world thinks we can't do it right, and the teams prosper over that, and they actually get a lot better. Like they play over what their expectation is, and they're finally coming back to life a little bit. You saw that the last 2 weeks. They have no. So without Derrick Henry, can Ryan Tannehill win you games? I don't know. I think A.J. Brown and Julio Jones have to stay healthy for the rest of the year for them to actually have a chance of winning this AFC. I still think they're talented. As long as if they stay healthy, then yes, Ryan Tannehill is. But if one of those two guys are out, then screw it. I don't think Ryan Tannehill is the best, one of the top 10 quarterbacks in this league. No.
Which A.J. Brown just got put on IR.
Exactly.
And then Julio Jones is. I don't know if he's going to be playing or not either. So
I said the same thing as a lot of people. I didn't like the Julio Jones trade because this is not 2015. This is not 2012 or his rookie year. You don't know what Jones he's going to get in terms of his availability on the field, or is he really going to get that many touchdowns? People, no, you're just hating it or blah, 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 blah. Well, look at it now. It's December.
So really quick, John,
Sure.
I just wanted to bring this up to Trey because I wanted to get his thoughts on this. I wanted to jump to the NBA side here just really quick, Trey.
Please do. Please do.
Yes, I want to know
Do it.
how in the heck does Memphis beat OKC 152-79? How do you lose by 73 points? Like, really, dude?
Well, let's just be honest with you. Oklahoma City Thunder should actually change their name right now from the Oklahoma City Thunder to the Oakland Raindrops because that's all they are. There's no Thunder in that lineup right now. I mean, good God, how do you lose by 60 points?
They lost by 73.
73.
Well, whatever the case, I don't know. Dude, it's ridiculous. Memphis is a good team, but they're not a great team. I mean, they're not one of the best, like, top 5 teams in the West. But Oklahoma City has some good wins over this year. They beat the Los Angeles Lakers. They beat some other good quality team. I just don't know. I think it was just an off night. I mean, you see this every once in a blue moon with the NBA teams. They just had a bad night, and I can't put
But
my
that's
hand on
not a
it.
bad night, though. That's 73 points. Like that, even like the 76ers couldn't do that when they were 14 wins.
Well, Sam Presti, everyone called him a great GM. I don't know what he's doing. He had all these draft capital in the world. He hasn't done anything with
30 draft picks.
Yeah, he hasn't done anything with any of those draft picks. He let Russell Westbrook and Kevin Durant walk away. He didn't want to go in the luxury tax, which he had a great team. He had a chance to go, and that's why Kevin Durant left to go to Golden State, right? Because he didn't want to go over. That's what the good teams do. You have to go over the luxury tax to become an NBA contender, and he didn't want to do that. He took the San Antonio Spurs route, which is the stupidest thing in the world because the San Antonio Spurs are also horrible this year, even though they won a couple 3 games in a row, but they're still terrible. But Sam Presti, he used to be one of the best GMs in the world, but now he's looking like a total scumbag, and he doesn't know how to GM any of this. So he had 30, like Isiah said, he had over 30 draft picks, and what's the show for that? I mean, there's not an all-star even or close in this draft. But to lose by 70 points to Memphis, and I don't think John Morant
without Morant, because he's out for like 2 weeks.
Wait, what? He was out?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
So, yeah, I thought you were going a totally different direction, Ace. I thought you were going to go LeBron crybaby. I thought you were going to Steph MVP. But you go meet this game. I'm like, who cares?
Yeah, I thought we were going to talk Lakers, Ace. I thought we were going to talk Lakers.
Forget you and your Lakers. No. So we have a comment here from Trey's favorite guy, Justin.
I feel like this guy loves me.
So he's saying Josh Giddey is better than Simmons, and he's saying that Josh Giddey's the GOAT.
Who?
What? Josh Giddey is the next Aussie
Justin,
Magic Johnson.
With all due respect,
are you smoking some, boss man, whatever the hell your name is? Are you kidding me?
So
Austin Reeves is better.
No, Isiah.
Better than Josh Giddey. No. Come on, man.
So let me catch you up to speed here, Trey, to where Isiah keeps going around talking about how the Lakers go as Austin Reeves goes, and Austin Reeves is rookie of the year, and he's their next star player.
Well, no, duh, because there's no one on that team.
Yeah, well, I mean, if you watch the Lakers, he's the only one that gives effort. It's like he's like the only one, maybe him and Malik Monk, that are there actually trying on defense and also running full sprint down the court. The other guys are Carmelo, Russ, AD. Not AD, because I mean, this dude, you literally touch him with a finger and he's like, "Oh my god, man, I have popped the chest muscle or whatever, and I'm out for the game." Like LeBron, I mean, all of these guys are literally like walking down the court like they are, walking down Bourbon Street or something like that. It's so pathetic. Like literally, the only guys that give effort is the young rookies. The young rookies and like Malik Monk. That's it. That's why Austin Reeves has literally become a fan favorite, is because he's like the only one that plays defense on this team.
So people keep saying the AARP Lakers, which we've been saying that for a long time, them. But then Justin Bossman again, Trey's favorite guy, is saying Josh Giddey is the best rookie out there.
No, hell no. Hell no. I would take Suggs over him. I would take.
Would you take Green?
I would take Green over him. Who was the number one? I'm drawing a blank, dude.
Cade Cunningham was the number one pick.
I would take Cunningham over him. The only reason, because Oklahoma City has nobody.
Yeah, it's true. It's really true. They have absolutely nobody. Nobody right now.
If you put Cade Cunningham, Suggs, or Hillebrand, whatever his freaking name is, you put him on, they'll be way better than what he's doing. So whatever. Dude, I love you, man. I love your hatred towards me. I love everything about you, but whatever.
Whatever. Right, whatever.
And I will give him credit, though. He's probably one of the biggest Georgia Bulldogs fans out there. Like, every time I do a show, he's literally messaging me about Georgia and Georgia this and Michigan this. So, got to give him credit. I'll give him credit for that.
Yeah, and let's not forget, Isaiah, I do need to bring this up because Brandon just put it up, and you cannot escape this, especially since Trey is here.
When Callan hops on, by the way?
You cannot escape this.
You roast me about my Longhorns. You sit your butt on that chair.
Yesterday we were talking football, and Isaiah at the end of our show was like, wait, Junior Seau is a Hall of Famer? I thought that Junior Seau was a bench player and was a journeyman.
I say you don't know football. You don't.
Dude, I think we need a penalty box for the show and kick Isaiah out for 5 minutes.
I'm just glad that we're not going to have enough time for that Isaiah, for that quiz that Ace had put on the topics about testing me about random players in the. Oh, good God!
Hey, it's okay. We called an audible. Trey hopped on. We called an audible. We're having a great time with Trey. It's good, so I don't get embarrassed even more. We're kicking it tonight. Absolutely,
we're definitely kicking it tonight.
So it's definitely it was an audible. We called it. It was a perfect one. We got to talk about the 73 point loss that never should have happened in the history of the NBA. I don't even know how that's even possible. 73 point loss that never should have happened in the history of the NBA. I don't even know how that's even.
Sorry, that was me.
Oh, that was you? Okay. I was like, what the heck is going on here?
Since we're talking about sports here, I do gotta give Trey some credit, because remember when we did our college football special and Trey was on it with me and Loro and I forgot who else was on it. I think John was on it. But Trey predicted that Georgia was going to win the SEC, right? You predicted that. I think you also predicted Georgia was going to win the championship, if I'm not mistaken. Predicted that Michigan was going to win the Big Ten. Or no, it was me and Lowell that predicted that. But you got a boatload of predictions right, my man. So I got to give you credit where credit is due.
But the one I didn't get right was the Texas Longhorns. And the Texas Longhorns, They were in every game. Like they could easily be the Big 12 champions, right? Like they had a lead in every first half, and then I don't know what happened, but they made no have the second half adjustments, and people want to jump ship on Steve Sarkisian because he's not making a bowl game. Big whoop to do. You got to remember, you got to let it have time. Steve Sarkisian didn't come in for this year. He came in because Texas is moving to the SEC. He's recruiting players for the SEC. These are not the players for his system. He's playing off a Herman's team, and these aren't the players that fits his system the way he wants them to fit, right? So you got to be patient. I know it's hard for Texas because you want to be up there, but you have to make what Steve Sarkisian did with this talent of because I went to a couple games. To a game, and dude, this team is not as talented as you think. Yeah, they have probably the best running back in the league in Bijan Robinson, right? They have a good running attack, but they have no offensive line. They have no defensive line. So he's recruiting. You got to give it 3 years. You have to. I know Texas wants to win right now, but you have to win, especially with Lincoln Riley going, because that's another topic. Lincoln Riley's a chicken crap, and I don't care what anyone says. He goes from mediocre conference, and then he'll join the SEC, and he goes, "Oh, I don't want to do that." After the first sign of trouble, after he's not making the Big 12 championship game, he goes to the crappiest division conference in the league, and that's the Pac-12. So let's just get Lincoln Riley. Steve Sarkisian, you have to be patient if you're Texas. You have to wait 2 or 3 years, and that's the only prediction I have for Texas. But yeah, I thought Ohio State was going to be there, but Ohio State kind of crapped the bed against. I feel like the snow kind of played a big factor in that game. That running back for Michigan, I'm sorry, I can't remember his name, but he should be in the Heisman race right now. He ran all over Ohio State, but Ohio State's still not out of it, right? Mayhem could happen this Saturday. If Alabama loses, Cincinnati loses, Oklahoma State loses, guess who's going to be in the Big Four, the Final Four? Georgia, Michigan. I'm going to put Ohio State in, and if all that happens, Notre Dame or Baylor. So I could be right in that, but
I guarantee even if Alabama loses and the other teams lose, I guarantee for some reason they put Alabama in. I'm just telling you, I think they do it.
No.
Isaiah, where do you think you're going, buddy?
If that prediction that I just went on, if Baylor wins and rewrites that loss against Oklahoma State, Baylor will be in over the Alabama because of the conference championship. I guarantee you that.
I really hope you're right.
And Notre Dame will be in because they only have one loss.
Notre Dame doesn't have a coach, and the committee.
Wait, Morgan Freeman's the head coach.
Stupid.
Yeah, they made a statement yesterday about how not having a coach or having an interim coach is going to affect their playoff standings.
They had Morgan Freeman though, so they're fine. He mentored Batman, so we're good.
But that's stupid for the college football playoff committee to say that. That is so stupid. They
actually put it out there. They put it out there.
Think about it. It's the college football playoff committee. Logic and reasoning, all that doesn't happen with them.
Hey, Leon, you want some gum?
I do.
Dude, don't say that. He literally would crap his pants. It would be like that Family Guy episode where every time he got that certain text, he would crap his pants, and that would be Isaiah.
Lord.
So Ishmael has a question. He's saying, what's everyone's predictions for this weekend's conference championship games? And I'm afraid, but I will ask Isaiah really quick, what's your predictions?
We already know it's
Georgia will stomp Alabama in this game. Alabama has looked like crap this entire season. Georgia has looked like the far dominant team. I'm sure Trey is going to agree with me on this, but Georgia is going to flat out dominate Alabama. They've been wanting revenge for 3-4 years. You guys remember 2nd and 26 in the national championship? You guys remember SEC championship with Jalen Hurts? You guys remember last year when Georgia had like a 27-20 lead? They want revenge. They've been chomping at the bit for this for the entire season. Throughout the entire season. Nobody cares about teams like Florida, South Carolina, all that stuff. Georgia doesn't care. They've been wanting Alabama, and they get Alabama this Saturday. And I'm telling you right now, it's going to be a bloodbath for the Tide this upcoming Saturday. And also, Alabama's probably not going to have their starting running back because he has a hamstring injury. Their starting center is probably going to be out for the game because he has a knee injury. And going up against Georgia's great front seven, we're going to be singing Glory, Glory to Georgia all day long on Saturday morning or afternoon.
No, we're not.
Isaiah, that's the only one you said. You didn't even finish.
Baby after that game, just like I will be in Spider-Man No Way Home in 2.5 weeks.
Well, yeah. So I'll say the other games. I think Michigan beats Iowa because I think they're the far better offensive team than Iowa. If Iowa keeps Michigan to like 17 points, I think they have a chance. The other ones is Pac-12. Give me Oregon because when you beat someone by 30 in a
Oregon's not even in the conference with college football playoffs, so I don't care about that.
But he's asking about all the other conference championships. So
I think his question was who's going to be in the Final Four.
The Final Four will be Georgia. It will be Michigan. I'm gonna go with. I don't think they put Cincinnati in there. I really don't. I think they get jumped because I don't think the committee will do it. Give me Georgia, Michigan, Oklahoma State, and you know what? Ohio State. Give me Ohio State.
Wow. Okay. John, do you have a prediction?
I would say prediction, but unlike Isaiah, I'm not gonna pretend like I know what I'm talking about. But this one game, I'm doing it just to piss off Isaiah.
Okay.
I hate using the A word. I hate it with all my heart. But Alabama wins by 2 points.
You're crazy. You're crazy.
You're crazy.
All right. Callan, what is your predictions?
I don't watch enough college football, but I'll go Georgia, Bama, Notre Dame, and Cincinnati. Trey, don't give me that look because I don't care about football, college, or pros. So have at it.
Okay. Yeah. So he's going ahead and giving it to you now. All right, Trey.
Okay. I think Houston beats Cincinnati. So I think Cincinnati's going to be out.
Wow.
I think let's just say Alabama is not a good team this year. I mean, they're a good team. They're not the Alabama that we know, right? Isaiah's kind of right on that one. But I would not be shocked if Alabama wins this game. Alabama's been hanging on by a thread, and they've been winning games no matter what the case may be. But I still have Georgia winning this game. So if Georgia wins, Alabama's out. So you have Cincinnati, Alabama out. I think it's Michigan's not a guarantee, man, because they got that emotional win last week. Are they riding high because they finally beat Ohio State? Iowa's starting to play a little bit better. Their defense is starting to get better. Their run game, can they catch Michigan by surprise? Maybe. I wouldn't be shocked if Iowa wins this game. But I think Georgia's going to – you saw what Auburn's defense did to Alabama. Alabama could not move the ball until the final drive of that game. I mean, let's just be honest with it. And Georgia's defense, I mean, let's for goodness sake, that number 99, I forgot his stinking name. He could be the Heisman Trophy. Yeah, he could be the Heisman Trophy winner this year. Let's just be straight up honest with ourselves. That run deep, Alabama does not give up touchdowns. I think they only gave it like 4 or 5 all year. So Alabama's got to play a perfect game. Nick Saban's got to coach out of his mind. But I think Georgia wins that game. I think Michigan holds on by a thread. I think they're the number 2 team or seed. That's their 1-2. I think Alabama loses, they're out. And then I think if Oklahoma State beats Baylor, which I think is going to happen because Oklahoma State has the best defense in the Big 12, they jump in. And then do you put Notre Dame in? Here's the thing with Ohio State only dropping number 7. If Cincinnati loses to Houston, which I think is possibly can happen, I'm actually predicting that game. I think Houston beats Cincinnati. I think you're going to have Ohio State in. I honestly believe that. Because Notre Dame, because Brian Kelly should have waited until he said he was leaving until after the season. I think it was premature what he did, and like as Isaiah said earlier, the head football college football playoff president, whoever his stinking name is, he said it's going to play the head coach is going to play a factor because Brian Kelly's not going to coach anymore for Notre Dame. So I think Ohio State jumps Notre Dame, and I think Ohio State might get in. They're hanging on by a thread. I think Baylor's way down the line. I think moving them down one spot after a win, I think at number 9 is just too late to handle. I just think that Ohio State, if all that scenario happens, I think you might get 2 Big Ten teams in, and you might see Ohio State and Michigan in. I think it's going to be Georgia, Michigan, Oklahoma State, and Ohio State, if all that plays out.
All right, so Justin's also predicting that Houston will beat Cincinnati. Christy Wilson saying Alabama may look vulnerable, but they're not beatable either. but they look vulnerable, but they are beatable. However, I do the one thing that I did agree with Callan on though, and I kept saying this though, is I do have a feeling that if Alabama keeps it close, for some reason I think because of who Alabama is, they're going to find a reason to put them in the top 4.
Because look, the SEC's down this year. You got to remember the SEC is still probably the power conference, but they barely beat Arkansas at home. Arkansas had a chance to win that game. They lost to Texas A&M with the backup quarterback, and Texas A&M is horrible. The only reason Texas A&M is ranked is because of Alabama. Let's just be straight up honest. Texas A&M should not be ranked in the top 25. They just want the Alabama in for the money reasons. They lost to a backup quarterback on his second start. That loss looks a lot horrible. They almost lost to Florida. We saw what Florida was a 2-point conversion away from tying that game, and we saw what Florida went on. They looked horrible this year. And then LSU's not even good. They finally went 6-6 this year. LSU should have won that game in the last series, but they couldn't convert on a 4th down. So Alabama, if you just look at Alabama's not going to get in with 2 losses. The only way Alabama gets in if they win. There's no way you're going to put a 2-loss Alabama team in this year with as vulnerable they look this year. I'm sorry, Adam. I agree with you, Ace, but Alabama this year is just not going to happen.
All right, so Callan, we do have a question for you, and this one comes from Justin. He's saying, what's your thoughts on the women's volleyball championship?
Sadly, my school's out, so my interest is already gone. But USD got in for the 12th time in a row and 24th time in 26 years, but Rice beat them in 3. So it's going to be a fun finish, though, and it's always loaded. Texas, Wisconsin, BYU, who won the WCC this year. So it's going to be exciting to see how things go. But sadly, my Toreros are out, but another great season for the ladies, and they'll come back better next season.
Is Texas in it?
Yeah, that's who we would have played if we would have beat Rice today. And they beat us in 3, first game of the year. So Texas might be who gets it. Who knows?
Texas is always a great volleyball school. They're always in there.
Don't even think about it, Leon. Don't even try. Adam, back over to you.
Well, no, I wasn't going to tell Adam.
Plan to keep this network afloat.
I wasn't going to tell Adam to talk volleyball. I was going to tell Adam, we got like 10 minutes, 15 minutes left in the show. Let's end this by talking hockey. I'm totally down.
Don't do it to yourself. Don't do it to yourself,
I was in the hockey mecca of America today, San Jose, California.
Himself.
That is not the hockey mecca, Mr. Leon. Just
wait
stop.
a minute, Isaiah. We don't have 10 minutes left. We can go all night, dude. We're gonna keep going, dude. I'm not tired.
Time.
The weekend's already here. I don't care. I'm gonna have fun this weekend. Let's just keep talking. We're not talking hockey either.
He's not talking hockey.
Yeah, you definitely don't want Isaiah to talk hockey. That's for dang sure. But so since a lot of us are baseball fans, we can talk about this lockout quick and see what everybody thinks about it. But so Trey, you're shaking your head like, nah.
No. I think baseball's the stupidest major league sport in the world, right? Because this is the last thing baseball needs. Baseball doesn't need a strike. They're already struggling to make revenue. It's horrible. I mean, they already play way too much games, and now there's talk about playing replacement players. This is going to be horrible. Remember when the strike happened? When was the last strike? 94.
Yep.
Yeah, and you saw how long it took to get the ratings back up. The ratings are horrible right now for Major League Baseball. It's only going to get where no one's going to pay attention to this. No one's going to pay. You might see the last of Major League Baseball as a major sport. I think soccer is going to take over Major League Baseball.
I agree.
Soccer is right up there. I think right now it's football, basketball. You have hockey, and then I think you're going to have soccer. I honestly believe that. Baseball's they can't get it right. They hired the wrong commissioners. Honestly, I think they wish they have hired Mike Greenberg to be the commissioner. He's better than whatever this guy's name, or Ron Memp, whatever his name is. He doesn't know what the hell he's doing. They pay the players way too much. I don't understand how they pay the players because they're not making enough revenue, and the game's too long. Especially Red Sox Yankees, those games were 5 hours long and 9-inning games. It's just ridiculous. This is the last thing the baseball player, and then if the replacement players happen, and then the strike keeps going on, you can say bye-bye to baseball. Soccer is up and coming. Soccer is starting to take over. I think it's going to be your 4th major sport.
So, Callan, do you kind of agree with what Trey's saying?
Yeah, I mean, I really do. And I think Ryan Schreiner from MI6 would agree, though,
Mhm.
too, because he's been calling for basically, doomsday to come for baseball within the next, I'd say, 20 to
Yep.
30 years, if not sooner. And and I certainly agree, though, guys, with, or at least I agree with Trey with the sentiments, though, that baseball, and we've said this, though, I think, me and Isaiah have said this a lot, and I think that you guys probably said it, though, but baseball in my mind has been just dying, or it's just been a slow death. We have seen the demise of what has been America's national pastime for, I'd say, since 94. And I wasn't, I was born in 94, but I heard the stories of Tony Gwynn nearly hitting 400 that
Yeah.
season, and all that stuff. And, the strike kits, and they play 144 games the next season and things like that. And obviously, people were still ticked off about the strike in 94. I think you had strikes, I think, in 81, I want to say. You had strikes even further back even further back in baseball's history. And certainly I think that, Trey hit a lot of the, I think a lot of the main sticking points. And I think in regards to, the revenue and the television contracts being absurd. And, you know, I think like what, over $1.5 billion spent in free agents before the deadline came on Wednesday with, the Rangers and the Mariners and the Blue Jays and the Tigers, all going out there. Teams who weren't even in the playoffs last season are getting these, big name, notable free agents. Who would have thought that was going to be coming, at this stage of the season? Now, of course, you're into basically, your first full day now of the lockout, and, hearing talk radio today and not really being able to, I even heard someone here on the Padres radio station. We're the home of the Padres, but there's certain stuff, folks, we can't tell you about because there's a lockout going on. Players can't go in rehab. I think it was Jamison Tyen said that he can't go in rehab with the Yankee doctors. And all the players have changed their social media account profile pictures to just the silhouette of the player, as you see on the baseball websites. And even baseball put out like a disclaimer, you may not see or won't see certain content because we are stuck right now in this labor dispute. I think Trey further hit the nail on the head that this is the last thing that baseball needed, was on the heels of, the negotiations from last year. I think a lot, guys, to last season, and I hope and pray it doesn't come to that. But part of me is saying it's going to, because, the players want this, the owners want this, the players want this, and there's not going to be common ground for a while. So, this could be 3 weeks or it could be 3 to 6 months. Now, again, I think, though, that some of the writers like Jeff Passan and Jesse Rogers are right, that right now, nothing is really in jeopardy right now. We are in December. We still have, at least until, I think I read a story on Yahoo today that said that basically like February 1st is kind of like the soft deadline where you have to kind of, in a way, start getting a little bit concerned, because now you're talking about pitchers and catchers and organized team activities beginning, in like February 17th or 18th. And you start wondering about, spring games that begin on the 25th. But more so, though, guys, what I don't think has been talked about, and this may sound ludicrous to you guys on screen and the folks watching, but not only does this hurt us fans who love baseball, but I read a story from my local ABC affiliate today who put a story out about today, about the whole thing. And they said it right. I think about the people who have businesses right by Petco Park here in San Diego. There's literally a brand new taco spot right beyond the left field gate at Petco. And the owner, said it right. We are hurting for business. And, especially when we had the COVID limitations out here in California, we had 25% capacity in April and May until June when we played the Reds. And I think about all the businesses, and, where Petco's located. We got the gas lamp quarter. We've got bars and breweries and, dance halls. And we've got the gas lamp quarter. We got the convention center, and all the businesses, around there, and the hotel chains as well. So, not just the players, not just the fans, but I think about, though, those people who make their revenue during the baseball season, the hotel right next door, the taco shops and the bars that are right behind the ballpark and stuff like that. And I think of all the businesses, though, who already have been knocked down for the 10 count because of COVID, now getting down for another TKO because baseball is stuck in sheer incompetence right now, led by the commissioner's office. I do give a lot of credit, though, to Tony Clark and the players for not really budging, and I think I only say that being a former baseball player myself, though. But I mean, I could probably go on for a while. I mean, I do have, some hope. I do want to, I'm trying to stay optimistic as possible. But I'm going to start panicking, though, guys, once February hits. Once like February 1st, February 8th hits, I'm going to start getting concerned because we may see a reduced season, much like 94, maybe 154, 144, 140 games, maybe that will play or that will get to see played. But also, I think as well, to another point that Trey brought up, though, about games being long, that's also why the Padres even had a fan survey. When do you want to start playing games? And all the fans voted for 640, like Isiah and the A's play at 640. The D-backs have played at 640. The Rockies play at 640. So I think it's also a thing, though, is that, start times are one thing. Television, runs the roost right now. And I think, though, someone who called into a talk show that I said it right, though, I would not be one bit damn surprised, guys, that eventually all your sports on TV go to pay-per-view. I mean, we have basically seen that already with like WWE Network going to Peacock or Paramount Plus. And more of your RSNs also start, going by the wayside too because of the revenue with baseball. But, this shouldn't be a surprise to any baseball fan. And I obviously, again, don't remember 94 very well. I've heard the stories and stuff like that. But, I don't know, guys. And honestly, I think Trey's right, though. I think that hockey and even soccer, they both are gaining traction in America and in North America for sports. I mean, Major League Soccer is going to be going to 30 teams by the end of the decade. The NHL was set up their 32nd team and their second team in a 5-year gap in Vegas and in Seattle. And, I even said as well that maybe that, that I think that baseball, I think, really has to look hard in the mirror. And I said this, I think, a while back, guys, that that despite the issues with Oakland, that I think that baseball in a way probably has to expand, and I've called it addition by subtraction. Sorry, Isiah, but Oakland goes to Vegas, then you can branch up other markets like in Nashville and in Puerto Rico and Montreal. That's what I've kind of been going with, or saying because, the Rays and A's may not be in their markets by the next couple of years. And this doesn't help the matter out, I think, either. So, I'll end it here, though. But I do think, though, that baseball needs to get it, obviously needs to figure it out. They have time, but that time, though, is running out. And I think that baseball, in my mind, as of today, as of yesterday, actually, is officially on life support.
Well, I will say this, too. I think the strike will benefit one thing. I think 162 is way too much games.
I think they're going to go back to 154 eventually.
I think they may go less. I think they may go 140.
140, 144. I think that they probably as well. And I think if they do that as well, if they want to do like 140 or 144, I've said it for a while, they got to start playing double headers again. I know that the players may not like that, but especially though, and I think Brandon, you would know, John would know, Trey would know, Ace would know. Weather is a factor in April, in May, late March and April in Minneapolis, sometimes in Texas. It can be a factor sometimes on the East Coast. Isiah, you live in the Bay Area. We don't, no one.
It's freezing in April. It's
especially
It's
when
not raining, though.
especially around like even here
So
where
I think
live,
that double headers
it's
have to
rained
be
a
a
lot.
thing. I think double headers have to be a thing eventually. I literally have a program on my nightstand over here from the 98 Padres season. I see a double header against the Brewers. 2 games for 1 ticket. Like, my parents told me all their stories when they were my age in regards to, we used to go to Businessmen Day specials, 2 for 1 Wednesdays, 2 for 1 Thursdays, day night double header. So maybe they shorten the season. I would also think more so. I think if you do that, you've got to make it how it used to be. You've got to make 2 trips out east, or 2 trips out to the Midwest. And also for all things that are good, dwindle down the number of divisional opponent matchups. 19 times against the same 4 teams. No, thank you. That is way too much. Isiah, you be quiet.
It's just for me, like I try to get into baseball, but it's like when a game takes so long, it's like I just can't really get interested in it at all. So at that point, if it's like games like 4 or 5 hours, like well, I'm kind of disinterested because I don't know, I just can't. I've never been able to get into it. It just doesn't look good.
Well, John, I think this will help you out too. I mean, I don't know about you, but I don't know if you have a favorite baseball team or whatever. But the MLB has got to expand their playoff. I don't care what I heard but
it's on the table. I just don't like this caveat of the bottom 2 teams picking their wild card opponent, though. I don't think it's fair.
No. what they need to do is go like whatever, like the division still matters, right? So you have to have division winners. They get a bye, but then you have the wild card teams play a 1-game playoff, and then the next day they go straight, and then whoever has a home field advantage, whatever the case may be. So your divisions still matter, and then you still have a 1-game playoff, which is great for TV revenue and great for, so you still keep hope for your for like teams in September and like the Minnesota Twins and the like teams who don't usually win their, I'm sorry, Brandon, but the Twins and stuff who don't win their division, but they still have hope in September, and they can play a 1-game wild card, and that's great for TV revenue because it's an elimination game. And then the next day they go off and they go up and play the division winner. So your division still matters. You still get home field advantage, and I think that's what you need to do.
Trey, I have one more thing that popped in my head because I heard this again on the Padre radio station. Again, they're kind of doing a little bit of wall-to-wall coverage on the lockout right now. But the main host, though, had a very interesting point. What would you do, Trey, or what about this scenario? How about you make each league 2 divisions only and get rid of the 3 and go to 2, like it used to be before they expanded?
Isn't that on the table?
It should be. It is on the table.
But it's not.
Well, we'll look at the NBA, right? They still have the division, but the divisions don't matter, right? So basically, it is where you basically like division. You still have division based, like you keep it the same division.
Because in the NBA, the top 4 seeds,
exactly,
4 are division winners, but then the bottom 4 are the next best teams, regardless of their division.
Exactly. I think they look at the NBA, and that's one thing the NBA has actually gotten right is you saw your divisions, but the division championships really don't matter anymore. Where it's only a 2-team, it's Western and Eastern Conference, and you still have your 8 teams. I agree totally. I think baseball needs to look at that. It's a change. Times have changed, and you need to adapt to it. The baseball is a long sport, and that's a way to keep fans interested in it.
Because I think when the NHL changed their format, because now they do the top 3 teams in each division, and then they take the 2 wild card teams after that. So you have your 16 field, then you have the bottom 2 as wild cards, which still makes out your 16 team playoff, which I think has been beneficial. I know it still is kind of in a way like division, like it's still divisional play as you move through the first 2 rounds before you get to the conference final. But the playoff thing, I think, is going to be probably not really a big breaking point, but it will be a very, I think, highly contested one, I think, because I think it's going to boil down to television revenue, sadly.
Yep, you're right.
Ace?
All right. Oh, yeah. Thank you. Yeah, I was just waiting for you guys to get your to get your thoughts in there. It's all good. But welcome in Big B. He's on here. So John said a little bit about, kind of what holds him back from baseball. And we know
and it's totally understandable, though. It's totally understandable.
Yeah, and we've known for a while that MLB has done whatever they could to try and speed up the game, but it seems to be like whatever they do to speed up the game, they get backlash because it tends to see like fans don't like it. Like when you get to extra innings, they talk about, you put the runner on second base, and people go, I hate that. People really hate that. And it's trying to speed up the game. I get it.
Well, you're having a tug of war right now. We're in I don't know what to say, but you like the old generation,
yes,
and the young generation.
Old school and new school are clashing.
It's a tug of war right now between both of those, and you still want the old people who are like, no, it's the America's pastime, but you have this young millennial generation where it's like, no, we need to speed up the game and stuff like that. We have stuff to do. And I actually like this man on during the regular season. I like putting the man on second base. It makes it. This is the problem that we're having because chicks love the long ball, right? But you don't see players bunting and doing suicide squeeze and
exactly.
That's what's like. If you play it right, these games shouldn't go 12, 13, 14 innings if you do it right. They're a prime suspect of this because they are home run hitters. They put a man on second base with 0 outs, bunt the man over to third, and then you hit a sacrifice fly, you have a run in. It shouldn't last that long. Let's just be honest with ourselves.
No, I totally agree. I mean, and I think that more so, I think that Trey's right, though. It's a old school, new school, I think. I think it's kind of in a way, guys, it reminds me of like Mike Shildt getting fired from St. Louis because he didn't agree with the new school thinking as a old school guy, So I think it's just kind of, it's a tug of war that's going to last for a while. And again, I'm just going to more so start panicking once February rolls around. And if there's nothing in place, then we're basically screwed as baseball fans.
But
Yeah,
I will say-
totally agree
I will
with you,
say
Callie.
this. I will say this. I think when, like you said, February comes around, I think the players are going to give in a little bit more than what
They're going to
they
have
want
to
to.
eventually.
Because right now the owners, like, they held this over the Players Association.
It's that
because they
State
wanted to
Farm
give in.
commercial. Got to be quicker than that. Got to be quicker than that.
Mhm. But once they start, when the NBA was a prime suspect of this before their news, we're missing checks, we're losing checks. It's not those top sell like the big players,
Sure.
the $100 million contract players. It's going to be those players who are only making so much money, and they're going to like, hey, we need some money coming in because we don't make as much as you do, like the Mike Trouts of the world and stuff like that. So I just believe that once you start coming in, the pressure is going to be on the players, and I think they're going to cave in. I think by March you're going to have a new CBA.
Well, hopefully, I think we're definitely all crossing our fingers to hopefully see it, because we definitely
need some good juju.
We definitely want a baseball season, because I definitely want Atlanta to be able to defend their championship.
Ace,
I know.
I don't think you have the clip of that, but I remember someone at the All-Star break was panicking because their team was not in it yet. They were below 500. And what did some co-host say?
I know it was Trey. I remember I came out and I will admit I was doing Speak Out with Trey, and we were under 500. We were about 6 or 7 games under 500. It was right before the All-Star break. And Acuna had just gotten hurt, and I looked at Trey and I'm like, we're done. Our season's over. We're done. We're not going to the playoffs. We're not winning the East. And Trey was immediately like, it's not even All-Star break. Calm down. It's fine. Your team's going to be okay.
Yeesh, man, I'm such a little
Gentleman in Square 2 has no right to talk because he even told me he'd rather have the league MVP over a World Series trophy.
Oh no, hell no! You have
and he got it. He wasn't even first place. Isaiah, he was like second or third choice. So don't.
And Isaiah, by the way, as well. What happened with that final series of the year at Truist Park in Atlanta, Georgia, my friend? What happened to those Philadelphia Phillies, my man?
I'll tell you.
The A's would win the World
for their
Series.
trip to the Bahamas. That's what happened.
Oh my gosh!
You said the A's would make the World Series multiple times.
No.
Where are the A's going
to go to the
now?
World Series. Yeah, they're on their way somewhere. It's to Las Vegas, Nevada in a couple of years.
Yep.
Oh man, man. No, I get it. I was panicking. I will admit. I was panicking.
Adam, you're not as you're off the hook. The guy in Square 2 needs to own up for everything he said during the course of the baseball season. I still want to know why he hates the Padres for like literally no reason whatsoever.
Who knows? It's Isaiah. Who knows? What?
I gotta say this. Trey did calm your nerves down when he told you, hey, calm down. It's not over yet. But you know the reason why your Braves won. Come on, man. I literally opened my mouth and said that the Phillies were going to plant our P flag on the turf of Truist Field in the final 3 games of the three-game series to end September.
Please stand for the Coast to Coast Entertainment Network national anthem.
So Isaiah, I do have one thing to say. Dang it! I always forget to say this, but yeah, that's right. Braves in 6. Okay, so anyways,
Love it.
Braves in 6, Bucks in 6. They all go hand in hand.
Oh yeah, Bulldogs by 6 touchdowns. Yeah, goes hand in hand. Sure.
Oh my god, dude!
Bama by 6 touchdowns, maybe.
That's like oh my god, Isaiah. I can't. I can't do this. This is the same guy though that came out and said that the LA Lakers this season
we're gonna win 70
was going to be a 70+ win.
You
team.
said what? 70 games? He'd be drug tested through the front and the back. What type of through the back?
I think I said in that year, I was like, Lakers are not going to be a top 3 team because of their old players. And Isaiah's like, no, they're going to be a 70-win team. What?
70 wins?
Guy in Square 2 who was all happy that the Sharks were 2-0
and their ages combined is 70.
And then called a team the Vancouver Blues.
Isaiah,
not even in the same area.
You can't talk sports. LeBron, everybody else in AD, they have a retirement community close by where I live. They just need to enroll there because it's over.
But I'll say
man.
this though, Ace. I will agree with my boss. Trade Rodgers to the Steelers. Do it.
That's
Shake up
stupid.
the NFL.
They
Dude,
have no money.
Dude,
I
the
have more money than they do against the cap.
The trade you were talking about makes no sense.
Well,
Explain to
I
me.
wasn't talking about that one though.
No, explain to me in what century, in what decade would the Green Bay Packers trade Rodgers to Pittsburgh for Mason Rudolph? That makes no freaking sense. That Green Bay would do that.
My boss, who I hope is not watching, because I don't want to be throwing my new boss under the bus.
I hope he is.
I
That'd
hope
be
he is
amazing.
too. What's his name, Isaiah? I'll put him on right now.
My boss is a Packers and a Steelers fan. So
Whoa! Hey,
what?
Whoa! A Packers? You cannot have two teams in the NFL.
Remember, he's a bandwagon fan like Isaiah, so
he's
they're
a
not
Packers and a Steelers fan. So today when I went to my job, right, to get started, I asked him, so 2010 Super Bowl, who did you root for? Because Packers versus Steelers, right? It was either 2010 or 2009, but whatever. You guys get where I'm coming from.
10.
But so my boss was like, the team that I rooted for was the team that won. And I was like, oh, you're a genius. No wonder why you're so smart. No wonder why you're the boss. Root for the winning team. The team that won.
This is why sports fans get bad rep. You can't have two teams. You can't.
And
I don't know. Ask Isaiah. He has like 6.
No, he has like.
And that's
10,000.
just in the NFL.
And then we started talking about.
I just know this, Trey. I just know this. He roots for every baseball team
I know.
but the San Diego Padres.
Every time I get on Facebook, I get a notification. Isaiah has posted a new post, and it's always with he has an Oregon State shirt, then he has an Oregon shirt, and then he has a USC shirt, and then he has. I'm like, dude, there's only 12 teams in it. Like, you root for anybody? Good God, dude.
Yeah,
I love you, Isaiah, but you're real.
Like Dave Kokensparger says, it's a win-loss situation. Shout out to you, Dave, for tuning in.
Oh, okay.
Okay, kick Isaiah out for 5 minutes because he's in a penalty. This is ridiculous.
But it's like Brandon said. Isaiah probably doesn't even know what a penalty box is.
No kidding.
Yeah, it's in hockey. You know, you get the red card and the yellow
What?
card.
What? No.
What? Isaiah!
You get the
You
red card.
uncultured butt
card.
sniffer.
Dude, Isaiah, the red card and yellow card is soccer.
Yeah, red card means you're out. Yellow card is like a warning or something like that.
And this is the guy.
Isaiah! I don't watch soccer, and even I know that.
This is the guy you replaced me with, Ace? Wow.
No,
Wow.
believe me, Isaiah doesn't replace me, doesn't replace Trey. Even if I had no legs and one arm, I could be a better broadcaster than Isaiah.
Isaiah! Oh my God.
Bro, he's the same guy that said his parents were fat doctors earlier
So,
at the beginning of the show.
no kidding, I heard that. So let's see.
Isaiah.
We got a team that doesn't exist anymore with and then he's got a coach that's won 2 Super Bowls that's never coached before. He
The
thinks
Vancouver
Ottawa's
Blues
in
apparently
Kansas.
exist.
Yeah, he's got
Franklin. You remember that?
Morgan Freeman, too, is the coach for Notre Dame now, apparently. The guy
This
that mentored
guy
Batman.
also didn't know who Billy Joel or Frank Sinatra was either.
Oh,
You
correct.
uncultured.
Well, he doesn't even know who Adam Banks is. They're calling.
I'm aware of that too.
He's the same guy that said that the first Thanksgiving was 1,700 years. That lasted 1,700 years. So.
Oh, Lord. Okay, so Isaiah.
Even in one piece after that debacle I had to just hear.
Okay.
Red
Okay,
card,
Isaiah,
yellow
okay.
card. Jesus.
Isaiah, I want to know who your MVP is right now. in
For
the
what? For NFL?
NBA.
LeBron James.
No, it's not LeBron. He's missed too many games.
Austin
Lance.
Reeves.
He's the new young guy.
My MVP right now. Ooh.
Don't say it. Don't say
Don't
it.
you dare.
Don't say anyone.
If you say what I think you're going to say, I may get in trouble.
If you see anyone off the Lakers, bro, I swear to God.
Say it.
Don't-
There's only 2 right now that's in the talk. Say it.
Easy. It's what's his name? It's
Oh, God.
Devin Booker. Devin Booker.
What the freaking A?
Isaiah!
On an 18-game winning streak. They're only
Dude,
lost two
look what
games.
Aiden
So
and Chris
explain to
Paul
me.
did tonight. They
Explain
combined
to
50
me.
plus.
No, hold on, Isaiah. Explain to me how you would not put Stephon Curry up there at number one
Exactly.
right now with the Warriors are
Thank
doing.
you.
It's Booker and Curry. Booker versus Curry.
Booker's not in it. No,
No,
it's all Steph
no.
Curry.
I would have to eat. I number one. I would go. Curry's number one, and if you don't go with Curry at number one, Kevin Durant would probably be number two at this point in time. So it would be Curry and Kevin Durant. There's no freaking way you're putting Devin Booker there. No.
Even when Booker's only got 3 losses this entire year.
And
And
so
his
do the
team is
Warriors.
on-
So it's all on Booker because they won. It's not like DeAndre Ayton and Chris Paul did anything. They
But
don't
Booker plays
exist.
the big
They
part.
retired. Isaiah, did they retire?
No, they don't.
So
But
then you
Booker is
need
the
to put
main
yourself in
guy, or he's
timeout
one of the
and
main
get no.
guys.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, so
Bro.
okay, NFL, who's your MVP? I just like hearing your word takes.
Oh, Trevor Lawrence.
No, it's
No,
Zach
Trey
Wilson.
Lance.
Zach Wilson.
Hey, I did say the Jags are gonna win the AFC South.
Yeah, look how dumb that take was.
Still holding
So-
on to that prediction, by the way.
No,
So, Trey,
you're not.
So Trey, I don't know if you were on the show when he was talking about his predictions for division winners, but he said it was going to be the Jaguars, the Jets, the Giants.
Why is he on this show?
Hey, guys, we need to hire Chrissy Wilson to help tutor Isaiah in sports. She's offered.
Yes.
We've
No,
tried,
so
Christy.
I
I,
have
don't
a
know if you can
fee.
do a better job than us, sadly.
It's 100
Big B,
you
don't
have
you
to
dare
say.
bring up that quiz about the NFL players. I don't want to get embarrassed.
Dude,
to
we
go
need to
half
do that
tonight.
next time because apparently
Oh my
Randall
gosh, dude.
Cunningham
It was-
is
By the way,
OP.
Isaiah, why are you away for work for 2 weeks at the airport? What happened?
He did, oh wait,
What?
Hey, we finally got
apparently
him out.
Isaiah lost 2 weeks of employment because he wasn't able to pee.
Yeah. He couldn't pee in a cup.
Oh,
Oh Lord.
have some
Hey,
bubble
that
gum.
means I get more time to spend with all of you guys. So hooray!
Dude,
Christy came
why
early.
don't you spend time with or I don't know. Go buy some gum. Oh wait, no, you're fat. You're fat.
I got
fat
plenty
dog
right
is
here.
with you.
Yeah. Trey, now you see why I reached out to you, bro.
It only took what 4 months?
Oh man.
I was giving you time. You said your schedule was busy, bro.
I want to see this trivia thing go down and see and from Adam and just see.
No,
Colin, he said that Junior Seau was a bench player,
I'm
a journeyman
aware of that.
player.
You said what?
I said he was a bona fide
The guy
scrub.
that passed away that's in the Hall of Fame is a bench player?
I didn't say he was a bench player.
How?
I thought
Are
he
you
was a
dying
journeyman and a bona
You
fide scrub.
don't know football. And number one, you should never talk football again saying he's a bench player. Junior Seau.
Number
As if I need this man in Square 2 to insult me in my hometown any further. With the second greatest San Diego athlete of all time, and this is the thanks I get.
Wait a minute. Isaiah, how old are you?
23.
So you never watched Junior Seau play? Be honest. Be honest. You didn't
No,
know
I never did. I started following football in 2008.
And
I
he,
think he was retired already, or last year in the league.
yeah, Junior Seau was one of the best linebackers you'll ever see.
Mhm.
That guy was a bona fide stud.
But this was a statement. He said, introducing to you, number 89, defensive tackle for the San Francisco Chargers, Junior
San
Seau.
Francisco Chargers? Bro, your
I was like,
football
what the?
card should be gone.
I'm like,
Just put it in the
First of
shredder.
all, that was autocorrect.
How was that autocorrect? Come on, Isaiah.
Don't
I
make don't blame the
I got the word
excuse.
San, and I don't use San Diego, and I use San Francisco a whole lot. So
Bro,
Oh, Lord.
you're not gonna imagine if you accidentally text your boss not some nice words and oh sorry, it's autocorrect. They're not gonna believe that you're fired.
Trey, did you hear about the time Isaiah locked himself in his parents' trunk?
He got bored and thought he could see if he could fit in his parents' trunk.
Yeah.
And he got lost for a couple hours.
Oh Lord.
And he sent a video to the group.
Isaiah, you're making it very. I thought it was going to be a difficult decision for me to ever come back, but you're making it a lot more easier for me to say, Adam, screw this guy, screw Isaiah.
There is literally one freaking piece of San Diego Charger gear left in my dresser drawer behind me. Way to thoroughly insult my town and this man's legacy. You really need to be ashamed of yourself, sir.
Whew, it hurts, man.
I'm so sorry, Khaled.
Dude, even I didn't watch football till 2006,
As
2007.
if you hate my town and my sports franchises enough.
Dude, I didn't watch football till 2006, 2007. I still know who this guy is.
I remember when Isaiah came to San Antonio, I was like, oh, I need to meet Isaiah. And Isaiah never come back to Texas. I don't want
Thank you. And especially don't come to Houston. No.
You don't want to go
Yes,
hang out
sir.
with
No, and Isaiah, no, you're barred from San Diego forever now, too.
Oh, speaking of which, since we're talking about cities and teams, right? Ace, I actually ordered a cheesehead today to impress my boss.
No. You stay away from any type of Packer gear. Don't you touch it.
Well,
You know what, Isaiah? Do it.
We also
Isaiah.
got to talk
Go
about
do
this
it.
potential jinx he has for the men's hockey team. You know, winning the gold medal that he's thinks when he was wearing
What
the.
I need is to have a guest of mine from the sports lounge now get jinxed because this lunatic in Square 2 thinks he's a hockey nut all of a sudden. Thanks a lot for that,
Oh my
too,
God.
Isaiah. Just give the gold to Canada right now. Let's go. It's already over. Not even
I'm
gonna
waiting.
watch it now.
I'm waiting for Trey to say that that he's not busy anymore. Then that way we can bring Speak Out back. I've been waiting for it.
Trey's like after
Plus, Mr. Square 2, you're on suspension. Why are you even here?
I'm on coast to coast.
It doesn't
It's not
matter.
my sixth.
Oh, man.
Trey's like after
Isaiah,
watching
okay,
this
let me
I
make
gotta
this
come
clear.
back. See, I'm making
work-
it easier for you to come back,
Isaiah,
man. We're
I
trying to,
work
we're
with
trying to lure
second-
you back.
Isaiah-
No, see, you need to kick it at Isaiah with special guest Trey, and have you three go at it every Thursday.
Oh man.
Isaiah, I work with second graders, and you're worse than them. Today, I nearly pulled my hair out, and work with second graders. What does that say? It's literally right on the board. You're worse than those second graders.
We had
7
Trey
years
on
old.
this show. I tell you, we had Trey on this show. It would definitely be epic.
Come on,
Yeah,
Adam,
it's
I'm ready to
epic every
see Trivia. I
week.
want to see Isaiah further embarrass himself on the show tonight.
Oh, well, yesterday he was doing a good job himself.
Yeah, it was awesome there too.
And then backstage, he was trying to get up from the table he was sitting at and smashed his junk into the corner of the table. We got all we heard is, ouch!
Wait, what? What? What?
I believe you guys have Callan, do you guys have a show coming on the night shift?
Nope, Low Roll's doing a night shift by himself. It's amazing. He wanted me to
Because
set
the
the
lunatic in
topic.
Square 2 is suspended. That's why.
Yes.
I mean,
Sure you don't want any gum, Isaiah?
dude, he only has a certain amount of diapers left. Okay, we don't need to make sure he didn't use them all.
Are they Huggies or Higgins? I want to know first.
The Higgins are the foreign kind. They're French.
They're Huggies. They're Huggies diapers. They're Huggies
hope so.
diapers.
Adam, back
Isaiah.
over to you. I know that the train's been derailed for a while, but
Isaiah,
No,
you know you're getting
no, it's
for
fine.
Christmas, you're getting a box of Huggies diapers, and you're getting a big box of gum.
That's kind of what this show is.
Yeah.
It's a bunch of random stuff.
Exactly. This show is basically us just having a beer, talking sports, talking
You
whatever.
drink a beer that's fruit flavored. No, you don't drink a beer. You
It's-
drink a soccer mom drink.
you
That is
get
it.
drunk off one, for heaven's sakes.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, this dude messages me at 3 a.m. one night
Oh,
to say
welcome to the 3 a.m. train,
to
Adam.
say-
Nice to have you aboard.
he messages me and goes, "Hey, I was just curious, how was Wild Sports Talk?" I'm like, "Bro, you're gonna ask me at 3 a.m. how freaking Wild Sports Talk was? Are you kidding me?"
You didn't tell him the other messages that I sent you?
That would probably take 8 hours
Was
alone.
my internet coming back on?
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, at 3 a.m. again, he messages and says, "Hey man, I know that my power was out, so I'm letting you know my power's back on, my internet is working again." I'm like, "Congratulations, it's 3 a.m, bro. I don't need to freaking know that your
my
power's
God.
back on."
Then again,
I thought
Isaiah's
you
like.
wanted to do a show with me at 3:30 in the morning.
Then
to do,
again,
like-
Adam. Then again, Adam. Isaiah's like Denny's. They're open 24 hours.
Yeah, of
There you
course.
go.
It would be
There you go.
Good Morning America or whatever.
Yeah, not at 3
That's
a.m. Not
copyrighted,
that.
sir. We can't use that name for a show.
We would be like
As
George.
if you haven't already shown ESPN coverage live on MI6 already.
I mean, we
Thank
would
you.
literally be
And
like
Isaiah,
Anderson
and I
Cooper
mean
and
this,
George
there are
Stephanopoulos doing.
When we talk about being professional, there are other people coming on next year on the network that we'll talk about later. If they see that garbage, they're not coming on. I'm not joking. Callan knows, but either way, I'll talk to you after the show. The point is, there's a lot of people coming on, and I'm not joking. The stuff that you're doing, could ruin those people coming on. I already wasn't able to get some of y'all know who, so
Because
You're
of
crazy.
Isaiah.
You're crazy.
one of them,
takes,
yes, I
Isaiah.
was this close to getting an NFL player on the show back in March. Plays for the Browns.
You're crazy
Isaiah goes
takes.
and ruins it for everybody.
You're crazy takes, Isaiah.
Oh Lord.
Should I open another can of crazy takes?
No.
I'll
I want to
even
see Adam grill you in trivia.
also
Oh,
Isaiah. I was
God.
about to get a star player for the Browns back in March. That was going to be the biggest one ever. And what did they ask for? The link to the page. What did they say?
The
can only
crazy
imagine.
takes. The crazy takes of Isaiah.
Matt Chapman needs to be cut immediately by the Oakland A's.
Chappy, more like crappy.
Yeah, no, I don't know if you heard it yesterday when we were doing Sports Minute, but we're talking about free agency in MLB. And so Isaiah comes out and says if the Atlanta Braves were smart, they would let Freddie walk away and go after and go after Olsen
Yes.
on the Oakland A's. And I'm like, what?
No.
Wait, what did you just freaking say?
He's like Olsen's younger, so they would be better.
Yeah, I'm younger too, but doesn't mean I can play at all.
The only thing that would intrigue Atlanta to get Olsen is that he's a hometown boy. That would be the only thing that would intrigue him over Freeman.
But that's it, man. I don't know how you could. No,
Fruit
no
Loop
way.
Isaiah, yes.
No way.
No.
Well,
And
I already know that Trey's Yankees is going to get Matt Olson from my A's anyway, so I'm already prepared for it. I've been preparing for that for 2 months already.
Sure.
So that means you're going to be a Yankee fan now?
Dude,
Yes.
once you say you put Fruit Loops on a baked potato, I can't listen to your sports takes.
Yeah, Trey. Yeah, that's another show you missed.
No, Dave wrote in about reminding Isaiah that he puts Fruit Loops on his baked potato.
Oh Lord.
Oh, yes.
Fruit Loops Isaiah. Yes, Fruit Loops Isaiah.
Because they were
Fruit
talking
Loops.
about toppings
Yeah.
for baked potato, and he just said,
Oh,
"Oh yeah,
goodness.
Fruit Loops."
Yes. We asked him. Somebody wrote in. I forgot who it was. It might have been Dave. And he goes, "What do you guys put on your baked potato? Top 5 toppings." And Isaiah, before anybody can say anything, well, I put Fruit Loops on my potatoes because you got the sweet, you got the salty of the potato. Now you got the sweetness of the Fruit Loops.
Oh Lord. This show.
Trey's about to blow a gasket.
This is worse than the round table with Isaiah. Oh my god.
Oh, my God.
Hey, it's okay. Well, anyway, we're almost there, so I'll go ahead and give Trey. I'll start with you. Any final thoughts you have?
Oh man, I just got home from the radio station. I did the local coverage of
Go
the
back,
Cowboys.
Trey. Never come back to this show ever again.
I might need you to say this network. I mean, Isaiah's going to be on it all the time, but whatever. I
Yeah,
just thought
going
they were
against
all-
company protocol from MI6 is not going to help Isaiah.
That's true. But man, no, I just I wanted to come on because I like I said, I'm a free agent. I just like talking sports, so I appreciate y'all letting me come in tonight and talking sports with y'all. I enjoy it. Even Isaiah's takes are stupid and crazy. I don't know, whatever the case may be. He needs to be in the penalty. He needs to be banned from the show for like 2 months. He needs to take a hiatus, but whatever.
Hey, we've suspended him for a week, and he's gone behind my back several times doing programming. So there's going to be a harsher penalty coming. Believe me.
Well, what we need to do is kick him off every chat, everything, so he can't get in.
Why do you think I left the MI6 chat? I'm getting tired of this guy's nonsense.
But dude, especially Isaiah, if you're calling Callum before he's getting ready for work, or I'm getting ready to work with who I work for, no, that would be like me doing what I do with the team I work for, and then be, oh, by the way, no.
Well, anyways, Trey, go ahead.
But anyway, no, I just appreciate y'all letting me come on and everything. I love coming on. I love chatting sports and stuff like that. I also want to thank everyone for praying for me and everything. I've been going through a rough episode of my health. It's actually under control now, so I'm actually back to who I am to be, who y'all knew who I was. I went through a 2-month funk, and I'm back to normal. So I appreciate all y'all reaching out to me and praying for me and everything like that. And my schedule's coming down. Football season's over for here in high school football. So no more Friday night shows, no more late nights. My schedule's kind of winding down a little bit. So anytime you want me on, just hit me up, and I'll be more than happy to see if I can oblige to y'all and save y'all's Isaiah's hot takes, and hopefully John doesn't get pissed off because he can't any guests cancel on him anymore.
It'll be called kicking it under new management when Trey comes back, which will be nice.
Kicking it under management.
Well, we do need a third for what do you do on Saturdays? Do you have anything going on Saturdays?
Oh, dude, Saturdays. It's a see by week moment or week by week thing for me. That we have a local high school or local college team, and I usually do play-by-play or color commentary for them.
All right.
Sweet. So, well, I'll reach out to you anyway. But all right, Callan, any final thoughts for you?
No, I'm off every Thursday this month, so Isaiah, you're in trouble, man. So it's already over. So just give me the championship belt for the month of December. So it's all over.
You know what? I'm off every Thursday too. Maybe I'll join.
Yeah, there you go.
No, I agree.
A couple weeks, and plus Isaiah, I'm off Wednesday, Thursday because that's right around birthday time. So man, I don't care if it's my birthday. I'm coming on to roast you.
And calling Wayne to save you, Isaiah isn't going to do anything. You're still going to be.
No, I'm calling my boss. I want to go to work.
No, he's calling the fat dog.
Give me extra shifts. Give me overtime. I don't care.
No,
overtime. You said you didn't want to get up at 7 a.m.
Exactly.
15-hour shifts.
So anyway, thanks to Adam, of course. Isaiah, just run along, man. I mean, good grief. I'm losing every fiber in my body listening to you talk, or your group chat nonsense, or your wacky text messages at 12:10 in the morning when I'm already asleep. Just like Adam as well.
You know what? Come to think of it, I think that's why I muted the chat too, because
I muted the chat too, but this guy still uses that damn @ symbol and then puts my name in the middle of me making an announcement that we scored a goal in a hockey game.
So proud of you, Callan. So proud of you.
So, of course, John, as always, man, thanks for being here. Of course, Brandon and Trey. Trey, good seeing you. Glad that you're doing well, and nice to have a fellow play-by-play voice on this program tonight. So good seeing you all again as usual.
Hey, and actually, I feel like I made it on Twitter because someone finally followed me on Twitter today.
Hi.
Oh, nice.
Hi.
So I feel like I made it. I'm almost up to 300 followers. I'm excited.
I love it, Trey.
I'm only at
like
460, so don't feel bad.
All right. Big B, how about you?
Nah, thanks for letting me come on, even though I didn't say much besides just laugh and listen to you guys, rip Isaiah a lot, which is always fun. I mean, don't get me wrong.
And just a reminder again, folks, it's all in good fun.
Oh, yeah.
That's a reminder. Just want to throw that out.
He's the little brother we can't stand. I mean,
if anybody else makes fun of him, we'll have to kick their butt.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
Well, at least his name's right. Skip Bayless. I mean, that guy's delusional. So
he fits the mold.
So, yeah, thanks for all the viewers. Thanks for letting me on. Just keep checking out both MI6 and C2C for all their shows.
All right, and John.
No, I'm glad to be back on. Be on for a couple of weeks, and other things are coming up, and we'll just see. And you know what? After this movie comes out, I can't wait to quiz Isaiah more because he said he's going to be talking about I'm going to be studying Marvel and Star Wars and everything.
I
after this movie comes out,
beg to differ because he's going to forget it after 1 hour of time.
well, that's what makes it fun. So we'll do a bit. Who's his character? And then I guarantee you, I'll put money on the line that he'll get it wrong.
And then, of course, last but not least, the man who we got to roast all night long, Isaiah. What's your final thoughts?
Bye. Have a good night.
Well, my final thoughts is that I'm just so
Everybody
glad
Batman,
that you didn't do the trivia. Yes,
He was never number one.
I survived. Now, Ace, you can scratch that off any show program for the rest of the year. And what was this that I heard about the I think Joanne and Bo? Shout out to them, by the way. Great show. Make sure you guys go check it out. And I don't know if Chris, if you guys have that that ad for Bo Dean's book, really should check it out. But what was this that I heard about a Christmas or a New Year's roundtable where everybody on C2C is going to be a part of it? What was this about?
Isaiah, you're under suspension from MI6, so you have no bearing right now. I will talk to Adam about the New Year's extravaganza at a later time and date. So you just keep quiet, sir.
All right.
Bulldog.
But yes, Chris, if you could please pull up Bo's book just really quick so we can promote it really quick. Bo Dean Sanders, who wrote a book.
Isaiah, who the hell are you freaking waving at?
Casper the Friendly Ghost.
Out the window.
So,
Or one of the fat.
check
doctors.
out Bo Dean Sanders' book, available on Amazon. It's endorsed by the Big East Conference. It's Race Against.
It.
Yep, big time. Love it.
Great book.
Great book. Yep.
Yep. So pick up your book on Amazon. All right. So we do want to thank everybody for. All right, Chris. Thanks, buddy. All right. So we do want to thank everybody for watching. Thanks, Trey, for hopping on. Thanks, Callan, for hopping on. Thanks, Big B. It was great to see you again, Trey. Great to see you again. I'm going to definitely reach out to you more now that I know that you're not busy now. I'm going to reach out to you,
Hey,
and
I'm
you're going to be on
Thursday this month, Adam. So if you need some innings out of the bullpen, you know who you can call.
Yep, I'll bring you in,
Will
Callan.
Smith.
You're coming in.
I'll be sure to be on time
coming
next
in
time, though, too.
down.
I was doing a few things for a game I was supposed to work tomorrow, but I end up saying no because I'm going to go hang with some friends who need some support.
Right, you're good anyway. All right, so thank you, John, and then of course, well, thank you, Isaiah, for taking the roasting. Thank you for taking
He
the
was
roasting,
never
Isaiah.
number one.
But yes, it's all in good fun. Just like Callan said, everybody remember, all of our viewers remember, it's all in good fun.
Exactly.
And Isaiah doesn't take it personal. It's just all in good fun. So with
Isaiah
that,
loses again. Isaiah loses again.
Please stand for the Coast to Coast National Anthem.
Isaiah
Yes.
loses again.
which next week will be sang by none other than Isaiah. No.
Yep.
Oh, God.
Karaoke night next week. Let's go.
That's
Oh,
not
God.
happening
Dude, you're
either,
No.
Isaiah.
suspended though. So
Anyway,
You're suspended,
anyway,
so it doesn't matter.
So anyway, everybody have a fantastic night, and we will see you next week for another episode of Kicking It with Isaiah and Ace. Have a great night.